Hello and welcome. Welcome to Free Talk with Mr. B. Today we're going to go all the way to the Philippines and talk to a friend of ours to find out more about what she is up to. Hello, and welcome. Seems like Mary, you're on.
Hello, good morning from the Philippines. Hello, how have you been? Wait, my sister is not here. I'll ask her to connect. How are you?
I'm doing fine. It's so very nice to have you here.
You're welcome. I've heard you're currently in Texas. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And so you decided to come on alone today.
Yeah, my sister actually advised me that it will be, you know, um both of us in here.
Uh-huh. So we're,
What time
we're
is it right now there?
um it's here 7:30 in the evening, and I think you're
Mm,
8:30 over there.
yeah.
So definitely. Oh, there she is.
Oh, here, finally. I think I can connect it forever. My
Oh,
video keeps on looping. Anyway, now you've already seen my sister, Mary Rose. I hope that you
hello.
can see the difference. You see the difference? Are we
So
like
that
twins?
okay, but you're not twins, correct?
We're not.
Okay, but
Or
definitely
we're
sisters. Definitely, yes. I like to say I'm the only one who looks like me in my family, but it's not true. I look like my sister.
really?
Yeah,
That's
so if I put a
beautiful.
wig on and lipstick, I would look very much like my sister.
Love it, of course. That is like the thing about me and my brother. It's like, hey, why are you more beautiful if you like a lady? Like,
Right?
always
But it's
think,
definitely very nice to have you both on, and I look forward to even meeting you guys in person because Mr. B is supposed to be visiting the Philippines in November for events. So
we
I
will
hope.
be in the show Love as well. Mother Love always tell us to be one of the hosts of the entire show, an entire caravan that we're gonna do. So most likely we're gonna do launching of each other's book because we're planning to do our book as well and launch it in November.
Okay, so my prayers is, and maybe you too will pray for my success also, is that we all get our books out by that time.
Yes, thank you so much. And you too, Mr. B. We're so excited
Amen
for
to
this
that.
one. Amen to that. I mean, we currently like have a lot of emergency meetings, but we have to put it up for our amazing show. But it's okay. So I'm so excited for our show today. Whatever it is that we could contribute value, and yeah, thank you for having us.
Thank you for you both being on. The show is about giving back, and when I started the show, I started thinking about how to give back to the global community. And I was getting closer to retiring. I said, okay, so we don't have a lot of wealth, financial wealth, but as a people, we have experience wealth, and we thought that if I can just harness some of it and help even one person on the other side of the world, it will be good. So, Mary, as a form of giving back, could you tell us about you a little bit?
Is
While her,
is it on right now? Not yet. It's still
you're back.
backstage, right?
Yes. So, tell us a little bit
Yeah, so
about you.
I'm a registered nutritionist dietitian based here in the Philippines, right? So I didn't go for employment ever since. Right away I did business entrepreneurship, right? Because given that we have this entrepreneurial background, I love my profession. However, the value of our profession in the marketplace is I think it's more valuable than that. And so I have searched for a platform where I can marry both health and entrepreneurship at the same time. So eventually, during my birth month, last 2019, I have found it I have found it. Yeah. So that's where I am right now. I am into health and wellness business.
Okay, very nice, very nice. And Mariz, am I saying it correctly? I'm not getting your voice.
Unmute. You're muted.
Okay, you can call me Mariz. Okay, thank you so much. So I'm a wellness coach. By the inspiration of my sister, I have joined her Avengers team. So I'm so into health because I was having asthma and allergy before. It's brought to me by storm because I've never known the solution towards having holistic health. And it's always my problem ever since I was a kid. So thank God my sister Mary, who's a registered nutritionist and dietitian, also found ways together with my cousin who's a doctor. So I'm pretty much happy that it made a collaborative platform, not just for holistic health. It's a natural approach, but for leadership and business as well. So it's such an amazing grace because before I am running our company as well together with my dad. I'm an English and IELTS coach at the same time, and I also flew in Emirates Airline. I was in Dubai for 5 years. Imagine also suffering with a lot of allergies and asthma. In between. One thing
Yes.
that I really prayed for is to achieve holistic health. So my Mary Rose told it to me, and I'm so happy ever since that I've joined her organization, and nothing's ever gonna same again. I'm so happy contributing to lots of lives.
So you guys gave back to each other. Then I'm catching. You guys gave back to each other.
Amen. Right. That's how it goes every day. Giving
Yeah.
back every day.
Because I know sometimes I have different podcasts and different people, and I had one, for example, called "Charity Begins at Home," and you guys together at home more often than not.
Sorry about
Yeah,
that.
most of the
Sorry.
time.
Most of the time, the question was
Yes,
about whether or not you're
yes.
together. So you're feeding off of each other's energy and giving back to each other. And it's interesting because some people, they do go out of a household, maybe even a father. Let's say I'm a father, I'm a dad. And if I was to give more on the outside of my household, I think I'll be doing the wrong thing. So I kind of spend time focusing first on building up the inside. And I think it feeds into your health conversation too. So where the body needs a healthy self, the family needs a healthy self to feed off of each other. Does that work for you guys well too?
Exactly. You know what, Mr. B, you're so right. We are actually so much into cellular nutrition. You got it right. Because at the end of the day, what's the basic unit of life? Cell. If you don't really feed yourself and you're not well nutriented, you're going to die. That's why I'm so, so sad about families who don't prioritize health, or people who are undernourished and so overfed. You know how Americans are, you know how Filipinos are. We love eating, right? We have all the kinds of food in the world, indulge,
Especially
and then
right now,
afterward we
pandemic.
feel, yeah, the pandemic, our best friends are our fridge. Most of the people who work from home, it's either they get so fat or they get so fit. So at the end of the day, why not get fit if you can? But most of the things in the statistics, as we can say, people are getting, binge eating, or because they're stressed, or sometimes they're really having a lot of toll in the work because you're work from home. Companies are taking so much advantage of that. But for me and for us, it's very important for us to prioritize that, knowing that it's number one, it's July. July is nutrition month, right?
Right.
We really have to emphasize how important nutrition is, the fact that it's very important. And by the way, Mr. B, is it already playing? I'm not sure though if it's already official.
We
I'm not sure.
and I love the naturalness how you guys are. This is what we do. This is what
Okay.
the play is. This
Oh,
is what
this is already
the
the
interview in,
play.
and that's so enjoyable. I love to see how
Oh,
you
sure.
guys. Um, One is bubbly, one is working. You guys feed off of each other, and I like it, and it gets results. And this is your interview, yes. What you did say something that kind of feeds into my heart because I'm a lot older than you guys, and I love to have young people on because it energizes me. at the same time, it's written about a wealth coach, and so wealth, I know, is very, very synonymous with health. And I like the fact that we started the conversation this way, because any one of your team members, and I want you to tell me about your team after a while, any one of your team members, for them to be wealthy, they must be healthy, isn't it?
Definitely, because you need to have peak performance, right, in anything and everything that you do, and that entails optimal health, right? Whatever source of whatever you're doing right now, whether you're just a student, what kind of source of income do you have, whether you're in employment or in business, right? You can do whatever that is at the peak of your performance if you are not lying sick on your bed, right? So that's why optimal health is vital in whatever you're doing right now, right? For you to perform at your best. Because that will follow basically when you have a very good mental health, physical health, right? So it will just be your performance, and the results of what you do is just the result of whatever is going on inside, how healthy you are.
Yes, yes. And
And I totally agree. One thing that we have to do, just like I would like to do this kind of statement. If I'm gonna be face to face with Steve Jobs, although I'm so sad of this his demise last 2011, I'm gonna ask him, "Have you really eaten your apple a day?" It's like, really, have you really eaten your apple a day? Because my heart is crushed. There's a lot of CEOs that I've interviewed who are working so hard but still forget how health should be a priority. They always tell me, "Oh, what do you eat?" and how to keep yourself in your best shape. They always say, "Oh, I eat cake. I eat steak. Sometimes I binge eat. Sometimes I don't eat at all." So how can you be a CEO of your company running with inspiration if you yourself is not healthy? It's like just like Olympians not preparing for exercise, not preparing for food, and then you will go for a very big jump of your life. It's like not being prepared for the people that whom you should serve. So for me and for us, health must be a priority, because just like any CEO who's running a great business, how can you run a great business without running yourself first? Your very body is your own house. So it must
yeah,
be clean, it must be proper, it must be healthy. So our concern goes with that, because we practice holistic to optimal health. We all practice 5 pillars, in which, of course, our nutritionist and dietitian really goes in depth to that. We don't just, tell it, take this, take that. No, it's
right,
a holistic approach towards health.
right, right. So I'm going to ask you a kind of an odd question about your sister. Now, you have
Yeah,
you have a business
sure.
management degree, and she sounds like a business management word. Did you guys mix your actual degrees?
Actually, you know what? It's so funny. Is it in terms of the school or the degree itself, what we studied, or
But
it's more of
your
a
your profile showed you studied business management. I'm a business management major also, but Maria
oh
was using
yes,
all
I've
those
studied a
business
course.
management accolades and words. So you
Yes, I
seem like the
actually
nutritionist, and she seems like the business major.
Yeah, actually, we do both, because we have studied a little bit of like courses in various platforms, just like Harvard University. They have great online courses. You know what's great about the colleges today? They're so generous that they, of course, give a lot of platform for leadership and business. And I have attended lots of conferences together with, Tony Robbins as one of the best global strategist, and also with Dean Graziosi, and so many authors, just like Mitch Albom. Those things are what I always go to and spend, because I always believe that the mind health, or your mindset, is very important as well. So just like Mary Rose, right? You attended the live Tony Robbins and of course
Yeah.
T. Harv
So
Eker's convention.
You know what? In everything that you do, it doesn't necessarily require a degree. As we know, most of the
Right.
billionaires right now in the world doesn't even finish college, right? So
Right.
I thought to myself, I wanted to, if you wanted to have more or want more, you have to first be more, right?
Nice.
So,
Nice.
if even though I thought to myself, oh, I'm a registered nutritionist dietitian, but does it mean that I have to go to a 4-year college for me to really be equipped about entrepreneurship? Why not learn from these people who are doing these seminars and conventions like um, Robert Kiyosaki, Tony Robbins? So I highly invest in myself when it comes to those and learn from people with results, right? Because um, from there, that's how I think I can somehow, quote unquote, shorten my success because success leaves clues, right? So these are the people when it comes to business. So I'd rather learn from them because they already have the results. So I have been attending like success resources,
Very nice. Very
kind of conventions and seminars. That's how I immersed myself. Plus, of course, hanging out with the right people, with the right peer
nice.
group. So yeah, I've like in joining organizations about business like Rotary, BNI.
Yeah.
I'm all part of those. Yeah, Business Network
So I love
International.
this. I love this very much because I'm getting the answers before I ask them, and I thought it was wonderful. This is what I consider giving back, because somewhere on the other side of the world, someone is going to hear you, and that's what they want to hear. You are what you eat, and you are who you associate with. Help me out here. Wouldn't that be true?
Definitely. You are what you eat and you are who you associate to. At the end of the day, waking up with a beautiful mind, that's, of course, spiritual, physical, social health, of
Yeah.
course, adversity quotient, emotional quotient, it all goes hand in hand. Because at the end of the day, life is not just about food. It's not just about, of course, spiritual or social relationship. It's all about like the full circle. So imagine it all starts with the mind, then goes with the food, then goes with the exercise. Then when we go out of our house, there goes in relations, in families, and beyond. So I think the best way to actually picture it is how we actually build relationship at home, because that's where we actually build the foundation of how we can be confident, on how it can be secured. Actually, our home is a feast. My mom and dad always tells us to be better than our best, and of course to always be in of course performing in the best way that you can, because my mom and dad are entrepreneurs. I grew up in a very entrepreneurial family, with us being philanthropists in Rotary Club. We are in different kinds of organizations that we help with. At the end of the day, my parents demonstrated how we must, go out of our shell and talk to people, collaborate, form synergy, even at a very, very young age. Because at the end of the day, kids must not just be in their iPads or, let's say, playing, etc. It's very important for them not to be socially awkward,
Right.
right? It's very important that kids know how to talk to adults. And I don't believe that you must not talk to strangers, because that's a common thing that makes children be fearful of. Because at the end of the day, being being knowing how to network and knowing how to be comfortable around people makes you smart as well, because you gain a lot of wisdom. And in
Yes.
conversations, I gain a lot of good friends and network that could also be a legacy, because at the end of the day, forging a lot of relationship will you to a great life, especially about career wise or career pathing. That's what's important.
And one of the things I was trying to highlight in my book, where I'm emphasizing there is more joy in giving than receiving. We grew up that way, and based on our background and our beliefs. So it also lends true that you must be receiving. And so as you were associating with others, you received, and it looks like you have no shyness, both of you, about giving back. And I like that. Interesting enough, I think giving back makes us get more. And so that's what I was looking for. Now, organizationally, your team is growing. And
Yes.
you must find that joy in giving to your team or giving that joy in return to your team. Do you see it as a form, Mary, for example, do you see it as forms of giving back to the global community as you build your
Yes,
team?
definitely. Because when we say we give back, or whenever we give our, whenever we communicate to our team, or let's say just to other people and exercise our advocacy and mission of our business, right? It's not just our time. Right, it's the wisdom that also we have accumulated throughout the years. We are able to equip, inspire, and empower them in many ways, not just in terms of health and how they can increase their finances. But the great thing about what we do is that we help people holistically, right? So, primarily, we get to make them healthy physically, financially. But of course, if you are very good in this very two pillars, right, others will be can be affected spiritually, right? You get to give out more to other people emotionally. You'll get to be, happier socially, right? You get to contribute more. Okay. So if
Yes, yes.
these two things you basically alongside with your spiritual aspect, because in this community, it's all about, growth. Our personality is being developed and all that. That's why I'm so grateful for being part of this positive and growth oriented people. Indeed, in connection to what you have mentioned before, you're really the average of the 5 people you spend your time with. And having coaches and mentors to be with you to get to where you are, to where you wanted to be, is very vital for your success and continuous growth, right? Because as the
Yes.
saying goes, if you're not growing, you are dying, right? So keep going and keep growing.
Just talking to you two makes me want to sign up right away, and without even knowing what I'm signing up for. And so the question is then, with this awesome experience, with this growth experience, with people getting more emotional and mental health improvement, especially from the wealth aspect and the health aspect, or vice versa, health aspect and wealth aspect, how do they find you? How do you want them to find you? Who comes to you?
All right. So the people who comes to us are basically families. We also have Olympians, elite athletes, actually all walks of life. We even have students who actually co-work with us and do business with us from 18 and above. But our market and our clients range from anyone, actually the ones who actually just gave birth or babies, from to adults and everything, because we always target the entire market. Okay, so the great thing about this one, we have an equal opportunity for everyone. And the great thing about it is that we are able to really give programs that are customized for them. So we are a platform all about health that are customized, and as well as a collaborative platform for leadership. We're in that, one person actually shared to me that, I would love to join your organization because I would love to be great in public speaking. And then one would like to be, of course, be better at health. And then one would like to be about wealth. So I think the great thing about this platform gives you, number one, time freedom. Number two, of course, optimal health. And number three, because we're also in a billion-dollar business, we're so grateful that we're able to contribute to significantly increase their stream of income. Because at the end of the day, I always believe in Warren Buffett that if you have just one single source of income, then you are in a pandemic. Okay.
Right,
So make
right.
sure
I
that you have
remember.
multiple sources so you don't have that kind of problem.
Yes, I remember
Right.
his quote definitely. So Maria, you would want people to come on. Which social networking service would you want them to come on? What do you answer to the most? For example, find you. The find you quote.
How they can find us in social media,
Uh huh.
Right. So we actually have a Facebook page. Well, we have FB personal accounts and also a Facebook page, which is also good. That's called M&M Wealthness Coaches. So why is it M&M? Of course, obviously that's me, Mary Rose and Mariz Wealthness Coaches, because they get to primarily, right, achieve that optimal health and financial wellness at the same time, right? Given those the other things that I have mentioned earlier. So primarily to answer also your query earlier, our market would really be primarily adults, but it's the family actually who benefits from what we do. But the people we collaborate with, starting from millennials, even to the elderly, right? So just so that these people are really seeking for growth, seeking for, they are on that zone wherein they would want to achieve optimal health and at the same time get to, level up their life from whatever they are right now. So,
Right.
yeah, just get connected with us in our, can be also in Instagram, that's at Coach M&M, or in Facebook page, that's M&M Wealthness Coaches.
Very good, because there must be a way to reach you guys, and again, across the world and across the Philippines and any spectrum of life between Dubai, there, and elsewhere. We should always
Right.
want to get to you guys. We want
We
all
are
of our
26
listeners.
Yes.
countries, by the way, not
We're
just in the
all around the
Philippines.
world.
We have partners also there in US, right? Especially in New York,
New
also in,
York,
some part of Texas, also
California,
California, and
Texas, of
different
course.
parts of
We have
Asia,
lots.
Europe. So yes, you can get connected with us wherever you are,
Yeah.
especially in this online platform, right?
And so and that's what I was looking for too. So as we were coming closer to a close, I do want to ask another giving back question for each of you. Let's say, I'm going to always say it wrong, marriage. Let me say,
Married. Yes.
okay. So in this case, you were called back to Dubai in this scenario by the crown prince because he wants you to give a speech to his elite group, and it was an elite group of their children of various ages. And so as you were speaking to them, what is the final message you would like to leave with them, a life message?
All right.
And Mary, we will end up doing yours in a university somewhere. So again, in Dubai, the crown prince asked you to come and speak to his children, all of the children.
All right. All right. Dear ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, and to these beloved, brilliant children in front of me, I would always love to share the gift of optimal health and wealth because at the end of the day, there's no such thing as starting young, but to start young is very relevant for you to live life to the fullest. So, of course, I would love you to always practically eat your rainbows, number one. Of course, to be healthy, I would love you to number two, honor your parents because it's very important that you walk by their, of course, principles. And number three, obey God. I always believe that we all have our own gods, but we have various religions. But at the end of the day, we have one faith. And at the end of the day, we always have to contribute to humanity by praying and, of course, going back to our core. And of course, going to the calling that we have. We children have a lot of dreams and goals together. So I hope that when you get old, you'll never forget the superman or the superwoman in you because you are created to be the best version of yourself. Much love. Thank you.
Thank you so much for being in my 60th year. I appreciate the honoring the parents part. We did put a lot of effort out.
Yeah.
And Mary,
Oh, you're welcome.
thank you. And Mary, your university asked you to do something similar. You're giving them the speech, but you really want them to remember your key words, your giving back words at the end. What do you want to tell them? What do you want them to remember?
In my university,
Yeah, you're the keynote
for
speaker.
instance, right? So, um, number one, I really would like to acknowledge, right, the university where I came in, because it's the Pontifical and Royal University of Philippines, none other than the University of Santo Tomas. So I'm very proud that I was able to have the chance of having an education, right? So it's a blessing. It's a blessing. So for having that, we get to maximize that. Okay, we get to seize the moment, right? And also not just stop the education from from the time of graduation, right? There is so much in store for you. Okay, upon receiving your diploma, it's not the end. Most of the time, it's just the start, right? So always um, cont- have this growth mindset, okay, wherever you are, because whatever venture you would want to go to, as long as you have that, that good character, that humility to learn, that there's always so much to learn and so much more to improve, so you can always be better than your best at any platform you would want to be. So yeah, keep that humble humility. Always be humble, be willing to learn, keep going, keep growing. Yeah, have that really growth mindset and that hunger for learning, that so that you can give more to other people, right? So that you can inspire and empower the world with your knowledge, right? Because education really is something, awareness. That's also what I realized throughout these years. If I have not been if I have not immersed myself and allowed myself to really learn more, right? Your decision making will be much informed, and you can definitely um, explore and discover the world with those wisdom and knowledge you have had throughout the years.
Well, I'm telling you, if you guys could make me so emotional, of course, I'm an emotional guy, you're probably bringing the audiences to tears. And they would appreciate all of these words so much because they are heartfelt. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's wonderful to have you on. You guys are very inspirational, and all audience will be completely inspired by you. I know we have many topics on Free Talk, and sometimes each of you have topics that are even passionate towards you in your philanthropy behaviors and your giving back behaviors and in your growth in your business. So in the future, would you be so glad to come on at times and bring us some of those subjects? I'm getting a
Definitely. You know what, Mr. B, I cannot wait but to always be in your show. Can I be a regular guest, and Mary? It's so fun. It's so you know what, the way you actually host the session, or just like, of course, this is live, right? I would like to personally thank Mr. B. You really have to be in his show. I really love how you host it and how you of course throw out questions, just like the male version of Oprah. Just like to, of course, give a compliment, to
thank
you.
you.
I just love it. You're welcome. I'm so enjoying it. So, of course, we have a lot of subjects to cover, from optimal health to business to family to, of course, leadership. Because at the end of the day, our kind of business is very holistic as well, just as with health. So I'm very excited to always share the platform, not just with us together, but together with our business partners, because for sure they have already formed their collaborative organizations. I could have them on board. So we'll be having more fun together. It will be fun.
Great, let's do that. And again, I want to thank both of you. I love the social side, the business side. I think Mary, you're going to have an honorary business management degree because that's how you behave. You're a full business manager, and you together, you two are amazing. I love it, and thank you for being on the show. We'll talk to you all soon, and have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. Thank you for being on Free Talk with Mr. B. You guys take care. Bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care. Bye.
God bless everyone. Take care. Have a great day.